What is going on, guys? AJ Bodie here, back with another video. Today we are talking about PTSD and the triggers and how to heal from it. Before we get into this video, let me just say thank you so much for 106 subscribers. We are well on our way to 1,000 subs so I can get monetized and start making money off of this, which is not going to be a lot of money, but I'd be so happy if we could start making money off of one of these hobbies that I have. It's good for the soul, you know, just to be kind. Just kidding. Kill some, go ahead and go school shoot some people. I'm just kidding. There's this comic that I made a couple years back and I stopped it, and I told my brother before I made it, like, oh, I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna make that, I'm gonna finish the comic, I'm gonna make a whole story. And I got like 50 pages in, and then I stopped. 100 pages in, and then I stopped. And I never continued it after that. And my brother keeps on making fun of me every time we talk about the comic book, the characters, the story. I get really sad. And I'm thinking to myself, why am I sad? Because the thought process that I have, remember when you couldn't finish this comic book and you said you would, but you didn't because you're lazy? It's just gonna happen throughout your whole life. And that's what triggers my sadness and my what's the point mentality. And a lot of people are the same way with different things. Like, for example, going to the gym. A lot of people will go to the gym for like 2-3 months, be really motivated, and then they'll stop because something gets in the way. And they'll forget about that something that got in the way, like a death or like an accident or something. And then they'll forget about that, and then they'll remember the time that they went to the gym, but they never actually got any results because they stopped. They weren't consistent. Then everyone around them will see that, and then they'll be like, oh, well, it didn't work this time, so it's not gonna work that time, so I'm just gonna quit. Times that you quit, you're teaching yourself that giving up is okay. When you stop something and you don't start over again, or maybe you did, you try again for another couple months and then you stop again, and then it's just a vicious cycle where you're stopping, starting, and you see no results because you're not consistent enough, right? The way that you kind of negate stopping is to just have no distractions in your life, and that's going to be hard because there's a lot of distractions in your life. Doing little by little, doing it, creating new lifestyles for yourself, creating new habits. Those are what kind of help you achieve your goals. I know that a lot of people are just tired. I'm so fucking tired every single day, and it annoys me the fact that I go to work for 8 to 10 hours now, and I come home and I don't want to work out. I don't want to do any videos. I don't want to do these videos because I'm so tired. I don't want to do anything creative. I have no creative outlet. Or I do no creative outlet, and then I just go to sleep. Watch some TikTok, watch some YouTube. My girlfriend always asks me, what are your hobbies? And now I have to like Sly Cooper my way around that question. Your day is waking up, working for someone else, coming home, doing nothing, going to bed. Creating for someone else, consuming someone else's content, someone else's creation, and then going to bed. You're not creating for yourself. You are not absorbing creative ideas. You're just consuming garbage, and then you're not. Oh, and on top of all that, you're not having a routine. You're messing up your routine. You're eating like shit. So then you don't get good sleep. And then you wake up the next day like, oh, fuck. I'm tired. I don't want to go to work. And then you're burnt out. Like, literally, both my legs right now, they're the joints of my legs. My knees are so inflamed. I've been doing 12-hour shifts every Saturday because my boss won't let me leave. You either do the thing or you keep moving. You have to start fresh. I do believe you have to start fresh because you either have to fortify your mind or start fresh and then do it again, and then you fortify your mind. It's kind of like if you could imagine, you're in a war zone and you're trying to build a house, right? The war zone with zombies and people that are trying to kill you, right, are always going to tear down the base and the house that you're making. So if you move far enough away from all that war, all that chaos, into like a nice little area where there's like woods and no one's really there, it's kind of secluded, you build your house up and now you're fortified, and then the zombies come through and then you start killing all of them because, like, you know, you're prepared, and then you just keep on building, right? But when you're not prepared and you're still trying to build in that war and that chaos, it's possible, but it's nearly impossible to do. That's why it's really hard for you to do. If that's the only thing that you think about, because you're also thinking about, oh, I need to build a space with the zombies trying to invade this space. You know, like, you don't have a kitchen floor, so you can't even like open the door, lay on the kitchen floor, and just go to sleep. You gotta fucking you gotta build a base, right? So you try and do that, but then you're thinking, oh, I gotta kill the zombies. Oh, I have to bargain with the humans to not kill me. But then you gotta kill the humans anyways because they screw you over. And then you gotta kill more zombies, and then more zombies, and then more zombies, and then more zombies. And one of the workers is like, hey, you want a job? And you're like, sure. Kill all of these zombies so you can get resources to build your house. And you're thinking to yourself, you go to someone else's base that's fully stocked up, fully built, so fortified. And you're like, oh, I'm just trying to start my base. And they're like, yeah, that's cool, but you can stay here in our base and kill all the zombies for us. Doesn't that make sense to you? And you're like, yeah, but I'm like trying to, start my own thing. Yeah, that's cool, but just work here a little bit more, And then, on top of all of that, the people who run this whole thing are like, hey, if you want to build your base here, you have to kill these zombies to earn these credits and then pay for this land. What? Such bullshit. So to get to my point, you go away from all of that. Fuck the zombies, fuck the people, fuck everybody. Fuck that busy ass city, fuck that busy ass town. You go somewhere secluded, you build your own house, you build your own little cabin in the woods, and you're thinking to yourself, I built it, now I'm going to focus. 4 hours of deep focus, and you start learning, you go to an old library, you get some resources, you get some books, and you start like reading up on that, you start brushing up on your knowledge, you start a business or something, like, oh, I make guns now, and people start buying your bullets. But of course, the big base is like, hey, we need those bullets. So if you want to keep doing that because you don't have any defenses and you don't actually know how to defend against us, we'll leave you alone for 15% of those bullets. Let's do 20%. How about that? How about that? Okay, great. So now you're thinking to yourself, man, they found my secluded base. I gotta give them 20% of my bullets, and now they're building around you. So it's like, fuck, I can't have anything good in this apocalypse. So then you move even farther. And you're like, okay, I have the knowledge here, right? I have more knowledge, so you build an even bigger base, and now you pay people, and you start making bullets, and now you pay people to make the bullets for you. And on top of all that, you hire people you set up watchtowers and you hire people to stay in them and watch out. And now they're like, okay, well, now we can't invade him because he's got a whole army, and you start building your army, and now you can't do nothing. So this is all metaphor for building a mental fortitude of 9 billion, so nobody can fuck with you. Building financial wealth, building passion, building social connections, business connections, so you're not alone. And then you get your time back once you're all set up. And that's basically how you defeat PTSD, is that you move away from the things that fucked with you. You move on, right? That is one way to do it. And the other way would be to go back there, right? You're in the zombies and everything. And this is the harder method. You stab all the zombies, you build your base. You stab all the zombies again, you build your base. You stab all the zombies again, you build your base. And you're building and you're building and you're building. Government or the people, the big base is like, hey, we want this and this and that, and you gotta work for us. That's cool. I'll work for you, I'll also do this on the side. You become super really super tired, and you're like, fuck. So then you're building your base little by little, small by small, you know, with those extra 4 hours that you have in the 16 hours that you, or actually the 18 hours, because you're only gonna get 6 hours of sleep, that you're up, just working, constantly working for this base. And then you go to your base and you build your base a bit, and you're killing all the zombies, and then the zombies that you killed for their base, and now you're going back to your base, and your base is drowning in zombies, so you gotta kill them, and your base keeps on becoming, keeps on getting invaded by the zombies. So you're stabbing all the zombies, and you're like, fuck. So you're dragging all the zombies out, and then you're like, fuck, I can't do this by myself. So then you hire somebody to drag all the zombies out. It's like extra work when, if you moved away, built the base where the zombies can't get in, you wouldn't have to drag the zombies out. So there you go. There's two options. Option one, you move to a farther secluded area where there's nobody to actually mess with your PTSD. Or there's option two, where you had PTSD, you tried building a base before, it didn't work out, and then you try again, and you just keep on doing it, and you do not buckle your knee when your discipline and your motivation goes out. Is there anything other than motivation and discipline? I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Did that make sense? If it did, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. If you get what I'm saying, hit the subscribe button. Actually, comment down below, rather. Hit the like button anyway, and subscribe. But yeah, it's basically just like this turmoil that you got in life. It's never gonna go away unless you just move, and that means cutting all the connections that you have. Because you probably have a lot of family over at that big base, the one that you work for. But you just gotta cut it off and then move away. That's pretty much how it is. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the subscribe button, like button, comment button, share button, share with everybody button, more subscribe button. Just do all that, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. And as always, you have a blessed day. Bye.